Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. Out here today at the range with heavy metal, and this is going to be a 300 Blackout ammo test. We're going to go back to 100 yards, load up every single one of these that you see in front of me here, and see which one groups the best out of my 300 Blackout. I'll show you that thing here in a second. First, let me show you all these boot lights we got out here. There's some crazy ones, there's some normal ones, and there's some you might have never seen before. Let's check it out over here on the table quick. Alright, here's the line up here. So, first one here on the table, this is a Federal PowerShock 150 grainer. If you look close, you can see it has a lead tip there. So that's a lead tip expander. Do some deer hunting with that stuff. It's a jacketed soft point. Next, this stuff is pretty wild. Check this out. This is like some CNC machined uber crazy expanders. Got that black tip on them. This is from Defiant Munitions, and this is a Zinger. That's a 110 grainer. Next, we got some FMJ. This is some Frontier 300 Blackout 125 grain. We will see how those group at 100. Then next we got some of this Barnes Vortex 110 grain. Another light one that's going to be zinging in there real fast. Have those black tips. That's those Barnes. Then this one I'm actually really curious to see because I've never tried this brand, but it's supposed to be good. HSM. These are some 150 grain full metal jackets. Check that out. 150 grain HSMs. Then we got some Barnall. Yes, this is some steel cased 145 grain 300 Blackout. This is actually what my 300 Blackout is sighted in with. Some steel case Barnall. I actually already know that it likes that stuff. Then this last one here, we've got some, what is this? American Eagle 150 grain full metal jackets. But that's all the boot lights. Now let's talk about the bang bang. So this is my CMMG 300 Blackout. It's got the 16-inch barrel. On top, I have one of these AccuFire Evo 6s. That's a 1 to 6 power zoomy there. We're going to give it all the zooms with 6 power back there at 100 yards. But let me make up some targets quick, then we'll go down to 100 yards and fling them. Alright, so here's the targets for our first 3 contestants. I got them labeled here so I don't forget what I did. We're going to start with that Federal PowerShock, do the Defiant and the Frontier. That circle, just for reference, if I haven't told you yet, that is a penny that I traced, which is 3/4 of an inch diameter. So keep that in mind when we're checking these groups. But let's go down to 100 yards and flang some of these. Let's do a 3-shot group out of everything, and we'll just see what happens. Remember, this is sighted in with 145 grainers, so those that have a grain weight projectile close to that, I would imagine, should hit somewhere close to center. Some of these lighter, zippier ones may be off a little bit, but hopefully at least still good enough to hit a paper plate. But here's the first ones. These are the Federal PowerShock Blue Box 150 grainers. Let's see what happens. Pretty decent there so far. Alright, next is the Defiant. Let's load up 3 of the Defiant. Once I fling all these, we'll go down there and take a little bit closer look. Ooh, I like it there so far. Last out of these 3 is the Frontier stuff. These are what, 125 grain, I think. Let's see how these do. Nothing doing too terrible. Let me go set up 4 more targets, and then at the end here we'll look at them all up close and see how we did. Alright, now let's do 4 more rounds here quick. Spend some more money. I don't think I mentioned it yet, but this is a terribly expensive video. I've never done a 300 Blackout ammo test video because it costs so much money. Some of these boxes cost over $50, and some of these I had to buy a case just to get them. But that's besides the point. This is some of that Barnes Vortex 110 grainers. This is some big money stuff. Every single one of these is almost $3 for what I paid for it. So here goes $9 here. Woo! See where these land down there. Grouped pretty good. Maybe I shouldn't complain. Now, some of these HSMs, never tried this stuff ever, so we'll see what happens. Supposed to be some good stuff. I don't know if that's hand load accuracy, but not terrible. Next, some of this American Eagle stuff. A lot of times that's the cheapest stuff you can find. Not a bad group there. Not a bad group at all. Last is the steel case, the one probably everybody wants to see. Bar and all. How good is a steel case going to do up against all this real expensive stuff? Well, let's run down there, look at how we did with every single one of those real quick. Alright, so I got all the plates laid out here behind me on the table. Let's check out and see which got the best 100-yard group. I was 100% surprised. I think you probably are going to be too once we take a little bit closer look. None of them terrible, but some of them definitely a whole lot better, tighter group than others. Check them out. So, we got the Defiant munitions. Pretty good group. Remember, that's a penny, which is 3/4 of an inch diameter, so that's pretty near a 3/4 of an inch group with the Defiant munitions. Pretty good stuff there. Next, the Federal Power Shock 150 grain 300 Blackout. That's probably a 1.5 inch group. Good enough to take a whitetail at 100 yards, but not as good as that stuff. Then we got the Frontier 125 grainers. That's very close to a 1 inch group. Not terrible, but none of them touching. It's nice when they're touching, kind of like those two. The fourth one, Barn All 300 Blackout. This stuff, I've run hundreds of this through that 300 Blackout. And hey, that's what we got out of it today. That's probably about a 1.5 inch group, 1 3/4 inch group out of that Barn All. Then we got some of this Barnes. This was the most expensive box, I think. 50 beans for that baby. And I'd say that's under a 1 inch group. Shade bigger than that penny, I think. Definitely a good, respectable group, I'd say, out of that Barnes Vortex. Then, up here to that HSM, I said I was kind of really interested to try this stuff. And it's probably another 1.5 inch group there out of that HSM stuff. Did okay, but nothing to write home about. Then, this one, the American Eagle 300 Blackout, which I guessed probably would do the worst, ended up being one of the best groups. So 2 touching and 1 right there. That's definitely a 3/4 inch group. Let me grab the 2 that I think were the best and we'll look at them side by side. So there's the Defiant and the American Eagle. You guys take a real close look at them. I'm going to call the Defiant Munitions the winner out of this whole 300 Blackout group test at 100 yards. These were real close, but I think I got to give it to Defiant for winning this video. But there you have it, guys. That's my 300 Blackout ammo test. I've been trying to do this video for a long time. Finally collected enough, found enough, where I thought we had enough to do a little 300 Blackout group test video. But hey, I really like this setup. CMMG 300 Blackout, 16-inch barrel, 6 zoomies on this scope. It's one of those Accufire LPVOs. But hey, let me know what you think. Were you surprised? What 300 Blackout do you run? Also, I know somebody probably already commented because I'm saying this at the end of the video. These are all supersonic. I do have some subsonic 300 Blackout. We're going to do that in another video, but these are all supersonic rounds for the 300 Blackout. Stay tuned. We got to find some shushers to do the subsonic stuff. But appreciate y'all watching big time. A big thanks to the Heavy Metal channel. Y'all go down below. Make sure you're subscribed to them. Make sure you're subscribed to the WHOTEEWHO channel. We got tons more videos on the way. New videos every single day. Appreciate y'all watching. We have the best viewers ever on the interwebs. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Hey, let me know what you think. 300 Blackout. WHOTEEWHO.
Load it up and get all as soon as you can. 30-06, 10 mil, 50 cap. It don't make a difference, man. We like to shoot and make a little buzz.